Guys, it's been a struggle just to get
such
this.
a struggle just to get this going on. So welcome back to our channel. Welcome back, babe.
Welcome back. It's been a while, so now I feel like I have to say it.
Go for it, girl.
Welcome back to our channel. Yeah, it's been a while since the last time you saw us
together. Because
it was a while ago. Everybody is so interested in how we
met. How it happened, how we just got here. You know, just one day it just clicked.
Flew by and dropped off a number. Okay, so you want to know what happened? I saw this girl down the street and I was like, damn, that shawty looking good. And I was like, hey, yo, ma. Nah, just kidding. Nah, I wish.
She's too young for that. She likes that. I actually do like that you're young. Not as experienced or around.
Who's the brains of this relationship?
Well, I'm not talking about that.
Oh,
So, how it started.
All lesbians, first of all. I mean, you know, I guess, you know, straight people use it too, but more so the lesbian community is all on this app.
Not just lesbian.
But it's like the main thing.
Like, I feel like it's more like if you're trying to hook up and just have a one night like thing, that's when people get on it. I mean, I was just on it because my friend told me to get it. And I was like, I don't need it.
Which she found her girlfriend in. So, technically, that's already a 2 for 2.
No, it was Tinder.
It was Tinder. Shout out to Tinder, y'allthebomb.com.
She actually sent them an email too.
Yeah, because I wanted to thank them. Because of them, I found her.
Very true.
So,
I had just broken up with my ex. Well, I got broken up with, or I don't know what the situation was, but it was 2 summers ago. Yeah, 2 summers ago, and I was going through a breakup, and I started hanging out with one of my good friends from cheering, and we started hanging out heavy over the summer. So it was me, her brother, and we were just up and down everywhere the entire summer. So I was single, so I was like, okay.
Single, ready to mingle.
Exactly, like no fucks given. I was just going out, having a good time, drinking, like everything that I pretty much didn't do when I was in a relationship, I was doing that summer. So I was just like talking to people. I was in Hoboken doing what I had to do. And whatever, so then
just being thoughtful.
I wasn't being a thought because I wasn't.
Hoboken, no joking.
Where the holes get broken. So I was there, and then my friend was like, oh my god, just download the Tinder app. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't need that shit. Like, I could just meet someone at the bar or whatever the case is. So I ended up getting on Tinder, and I met a few people, and you know, I was talking to a few people, whatever. And then this little lady over here sends me a request. So like, if you guys don't know how Tinder works, obviously you make your profile and all this stuff, and then people either swipe right or swipe left.
It's based off of kind of the distance you want, so it's basically the people around you. You have up to like, I think 100 miles.
Yeah.
So whenever they're in the area, you're in that area. I know a lot of people use it when they travel. So whenever you're in the area, you literally, their image pops up when you're on the app, and you either swipe right if you want to, you know, you think they'd be a match, or you swipe left if they're a no-go, or a catfish if you think.
Yeah, so I was swiping right and everything. So at the time I was in school, and I would just, you know, I would be bored, and I would just like swipe left, to the point where it like ended. Like, there were no more people, and I'm just like, I don't know why the fuck I'm on this app. And then at one point it was just fun. Like, I would just get on it and be like, oh, let me see who's here, blah blah. So whatever, I was on that, and then one day I was in the bathroom and I was just like, on Tinder. I was like getting ready, and her picture pops up, and I was like, oh my god, she's actually really cute. So I was looking at it and I swiped right, and she had already swiped right on me, which it's crazy because at the time I was living in Union City and she was living in Newark. So in my profile,
Well, I was in New Brunswick. Oh, this was the summer, so Newark, I was back
yeah,
then.
so she was like still in school, so she was like back and forth in New Brunswick and Newark. So I had set my my profile to have the distance of 100 miles. So whoever was in the range of 100 miles, I would see. And you pick kind of like the age that you want to like see in your profile or in your feed. So I had done, at the time I was 25.
I don't know what you did.
No, 24. I'm sorry, 24.
I barely even went over 25.
Yeah, so I was 24, so I was like, I'll do, I think I start from like 21 and up to like 30 or something like that.
Thank God I just-
So yeah, so it's crazy because at the time she was just like, she had just turned 22 or 21. So I was just like, okay, whatever. So she comes up on my feed and I was like, oh my gosh, she's cute. So I swiped right and it tells you when it's a match. So since she had swiped right first on me and I swiped right, it became a match.
Meanwhile, on my end, I was like, oh, swiping. And I was with my roommate Momo, and I was like, wow, this girl's mad cute. So normally I had my age up to 25, and I was like, I think that might be already too old for me, so I don't even know.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was young,
I thought
babe.
you said
I just
you just
turned...
had it younger.
No, I had literally, because I just turned 21, so it was 20 until 25, and I was like, I don't know how that's gonna work. So literally, I was like swiping, and I was like, oh my god, Mo, she's mad cute. And I was like, nah, but she's older, I don't think she's gonna swipe.
Wait, do you have
right.
the picture? We're gonna show you the pictures that we had.
Yeah, we'll post them up at the end.
Yeah.
Or we'll post it here, so you'll
somewhere.
see it.
You'll see the pictures somewhere on the screen of like the
But
pictures
literally,
that we had on
I was
Tinders.
like, wow, Mo, she's so cute. Literally, I was like, oh my god, Mo, she's mad cute. Like, oh my god, but she's older, I don't think she's gonna swipe right. And Mo was like, just do it. Like, what is she gonna just say no and then you're never gonna know? So that's cool. So it's like, okay, whatever, I'm gonna just swipe right. Anyways, so I swiped and I was like, okay, whatever, da da da. Ding ding ding, she swiped, da da da. It's a match.
So I get the match. So once you get a match, you could like start
Messaging.
Yeah, messaging them and all this stuff. So she was like,
I was like, hi, I'm Steph. I was like, just wanted to say you're beautiful. Didn't mean to sound creepy. And now I think that's all I put. I put like a smiley face or something emoji, and I'm like, fuck, I hope this doesn't work, you know. Let's see if this works. And then she actually responded.
yeah, I did.
Surprisingly.
So I responded because I was like, oh, she's cute. Let me see what this girl's about. And I was like already talking
To another girl.
To I think it was like a few people that I was like talking to, but not like in that way.
A few? I thought it was just that one girl.
I was talking to one girl like talking to her, but there was a few messages on my Tinder because there were other people. Shut up, because you were talking to other people too, so it doesn't even matter. Anyways, so
2 years later is when I find this out.
Babe, you
Just
act like I'm the
continue.
only one that was I the only one you were talking to on Tinder?
You're the only one that mattered.
Whatever. Okay. So, whatever. So, these other people, it was just like, oh, hey, like, it wasn't anything serious like that. So, I was talking to her. So, I was like, I just came out of a relationship. I'm going to keep my options open. I'm not doing anything wrong. So, why not? It's the summer. So whatever. So at the time, me and my best friend were going up and down, going everywhere. So that day that I found the match, I was actually doing homework, and we were talking, and we were just talking about like what we were doing in school.
Just life in general, what she wanted to do when she was older.
Like already having those conversations, and I'm just like, thinking about it now, that's crazy because we were talking about like what we wanted to do, a whole bunch of stuff. So
goal oriented.
that's her, not me. But we were just talking and trying to find out like what we were doing, what country we were from, blah blah. And at the time I was doing homework, and then my best friend was drunk and she was like, you need to come to Hoboken and pick me up. So I was like, fuck. So I had to leave, go get her, because she was like pretty drunk, and she was like, oh, can you just come, like we're gonna have a good time. So I end up going to Hoboken, end up getting drunk, and we were messaging, and I think we stopped messaging for a little bit because I was playing like Hard to Get or whatever, so I would answer like an hour, 2 hours later after she responded. So
she did that a lot.
Yeah, it did. Sorry. So I did that, and I end up getting drunk and start like sending her messages and stuff, and I was like, hey bae, what are you doing? Like, it was so fucking funny. I thought it was funny.
No, so that's kind of what happened. So we're talking and talking. I was very persistent, so I had my internship in the city, so I was up at like the crack of dawn, and I would always text her good morning.
Yeah, I think you were sleeping that night because you didn't even answer.
Yeah, I didn't answer, no.
Because it was like 2:30, 3 o'clock in the morning, so I was just like, whatever. And I ended up going to work the next day, and I wouldn't text her. I would wait for her to text me. So I would be at work just waiting for her to text me, and
which I would eventually, but I then caught on that she was kind of, you know, playing hard to get. So I would wait and then see she's not texting me, and it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock, and I'm like, I know she got work at 7.
But hold on, so this was back like in September when we first started talking, like first started talking. And then after that night of Hoboken, I wrote to her, she wrote to me, and I guess we never spoke again. Like, I sent her my number through the messages, and she never saw it. And then she kept sending
I never saw it, and I was like, damn, yo, like,
and then she kept
doesn't want to talk to me.
Yeah, and then she kept sending me messages, so I was like not responding to her. So then this was in October, so like we stopped talking for like a week or 2 weeks or something.
It wasn't 2 weeks, it was like 1 week.
It was like a week, almost 2 weeks probably. Anyways, so that happened, and then October comes, I posted up a picture on Instagram. So we had already followed each other on Instagram from that one day that we had spoken. We followed each other on Instagram. So we stopped talking for that week or whatever, and then I posted up a picture, and then I was having like this whole conversation with like a few friends, and then she sends a comment, and she puts a comment into it, and I was just like, oh geez, should I like answer? So I just sent her kissy faces. So then the next day,
all I needed, I was like,
so then the next day I went to work and I started looking at her Tinder again because I still had Tinder at the time. And then I was talking to my coworker when I was working at the dentist's office, and I was like, yo, like, should I talk to this girl? Like, she's so cute, but I don't know, blah blah. And it was so crazy because she had sent me a message that same day at like, I think this happened like at 7:30, and by like 8:30 she had already sent me this message, and I was like, oh my god, this is so fucking creepy. And I sent her, I was like, hey,
here's my number, text me.
Yeah, so it was so freaking creepy.
It was in her DM.
Yeah,
because I never checked Tinder back, because I guess I didn't peep the notification that she gave me her number. So I didn't know that, so I slid in her DM after she responded.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, here's my number, text me.
So then I saw that DM on my Instagram, and I was like, oh my god, this is so weird, because I was just gonna send her a message and like tell her what's up and shit. So we didn't meet. It was almost a month before we actually met, and I was just like texting her, and like just the way that we were texting, and I guess because I didn't see her, I was able to get to know her even better, because it was mostly like through text message, and we were texting 24/7. I sucked at texting, because I would text her like 2 hours back, 3 hours back, and she would always come and tell me, like, she was so persistent. she would tell me like, oh, I'll go drop you off food, and I was like, no, I only have half-hour break, like don't do that, like it's pointless, you're not gonna drive from New Brunswick.
She would send like, she would tell me certain things to like see like, I guess how my answer would be, just to kind of like throw me off and like push me away. But I would always have like a good comeback. So if anybody needs any, you know, advice or anything, I got you.
Yeah, so she was always like, oh, let's hang out, and I was like, no, I can't. Like, I just didn't want to at the time. I was just like, I don't think I want that yet. But we were just talking, and I just like, when I was talking to her, I had to talk to her all the time. Like, I don't know what it was. So then I went to Virginia. So like this was already like 2 weeks, 3 weeks into us texting and stuff. I went to Virginia and we were texting the whole time. And at this point, I was already like really feeling her.
So what I would say is, around that time I started saying chiquero, so like Brazilian. So we say that in Portuguese. So if like you really want somebody, you tell them like, I want you, like I want you. So not saying, you know, the 3 words, you know. No. I wouldn't want to say it, so I would just say chiquero muito, like, and then she started saying it too. So that night,
well, yeah, we were talking, and we were saying all of that. Like, we're already getting like super close and everything. At this point, I had already cut off. Like, I ended things with the other girl because I kind of knew that I wanted to be with her and stuff. So we went to Virginia, and it was like early morning, and I was just texting her, and I was just like, I can't wait until you get up, because like I missed texting her. Like, when she wouldn't text me, I would be like, oh my god, text me back, text me back. So while I was out there, she got into a car accident, and that day, it was what, like October
like 17th, 18th,
16th or something.
Yeah,
like that.
16th, my mom's birthday.
Yeah, so I was out there for my cousin's sweet 15, and she called me and she's like, I got into a car accident, or she texted me, and we've never spoken on the phone. Like, it was all through text message, which is so crazy.
And then she called me.
When I found out that she got into a car accident, I was like, oh my god, let me call her. So she sounded so like scared, like she sounded like a little girl, and I was just like, oh my god, like what's going on? She was already crying, and I was like, oh my goodness, like I'm sorry, like I can't even be there. But that was the first time we ever spoke on the phone. And after that we just spoke on the phone.
3 days later we met up.
Yeah, after Virginia I came back, and then we met up and went on our first date. And I
picked her up. Yeah. I went to pick her up at her house. It's probably like around 8 or 9. I pull up to the corner and I text her and I'm like, oh, I'm here. I see her coming out of the house and I'm like sweating, like, oh my god, this girl is so hot, like this is crazy.
I wouldn't consider myself hot at all.
So literally,
maybe
anyways,
good looking, but not
you're
like
scrumptious. So literally I'm there like, oh my god, this is really happening. We get in the car, she gets in the car, literally leans to me and kisses me, and I'm just like, hi.
Yeah, because I had wine before I met her, because I was so fucking nervous, and I was just like
3 cups of wine before she met me.
And it sucked. It was like red wine that I don't even know, it was so bad. And I love red wine, but that red wine, I don't know what it was.
So she had to loose the goose, you know, get a little loosey. I don't know why, because I'm awesome. But literally, so we got in the car, she got in the car, and I'm like, where are we going to? So she lives near Hoboken, so literally she was like either left or right in this one specific road, and I was like, right. So we ended up going to Hoboken, and our first date was actually at One Republic. So I remember we parked, and literally the first thing as I park, I get out the car, she goes, I knew you were short, and I'm like, I was like, I told you on a good day I'm 5'5", 5'6".
Pretty short.
So, you know, it was pretty good. It was good. It was like, I don't know, we couldn't stop like touching each other, like, you know, just like I was just on, like, had my hand on her knee. Not for you, dirty motherfucker. I just had my hand on her knee. I don't know, we're just holding hands. We just clicked. Like,
Yeah.
I felt like I knew her like my whole life. It was like, I don't know. And like, I don't know how to explain it. That night, so after One Republic, like, I went to drop her off at her house and we just stayed in the car talking forever.
Hours.
Like the whole night until it was like 6 in the morning, and I was like, oh my god, I have to be at my internship in 2 hours. She had to be at work in 1 hour, and she was like, oh, you hungry? And I was like, yeah, sure. I hate eating breakfast. I hate eating breakfast. And she was like, oh, do you want to get McDonald's? I hate McDonald's breakfast. But I was like, yeah, sure, not a problem. Bought the McDonald's breakfast like nothing. I was, you know, eating, and I told her she could take it to work. I hate McDonald's breakfast. But I did it though, you know? I did it for you. It was our first it was our first breakfast together. Literally, I pulled like a walk of shame with the clothes before, you know, that I went out with the night before. Walked into my internship like, hey, what's up? It was good though. We, like, I don't know, we just couldn't like stop talking.
I don't know, I
to
feel
each
like
other.
when something's meant to be,
It'll
it's gonna happen, and just go with the flow. Like, I don't know,
When it's meant to be, it will happen.
Yeah, so
we just clicked, and it was, I don't know, it was great. And like, I don't know, things like this just happen, you don't even expect it. Like,
yeah.
I feel like everything is meant to be. Everything does happen for a reason.
Yeah, and we've both been through like sucky relationships, like really
both
bad.
of our old exes were not good people at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Or they just, you know, probably didn't treat us the way we should have been treated.
Yeah.
And we kind of had that in common and kind of shared that. I think that's also what kind of brought us together even more, because we both knew exactly what we wanted after being through a bad relationship.
Yeah.
But it was great though. I don't know, like, I'll never forget that night. It was probably like the best night of my life.
Yeah. It was awesome. Like, sometimes we still go through our messages and just read it, and it's so funny because it's just cute, and like, I love going back to those days. Now we live together, so it's a little bit different because we are together 24/7, which I still enjoy. Like, I'll go to work and I'll still miss her and be like, oh my god, I can't wait to see you
all day.
Yeah, so that's cool, but it's not like when you live apart and then you guys see each other. Like, it's a different feeling, but it's still a great feeling, like going to sleep with her, waking up next to her, so things like that. So I don't know, it was just really meant to be. Me even just getting Tinder, and just like both of us swiping right.
I don't even know how crazy. I just heard about, yeah, I even heard about Tinder through, like, I think it was one of my I think it was Paul. Because Paul, shout out to Paul, he's not gonna watch this, I know it. He was like using Tinder to hook up with like random ass girls.
Are you sure you want to say that?
Yeah, it's cool, you know, Paul was being a pimp, I know. And then he was like, and I would look on his, like, on the girls and stuff, and I'm like, she's ugly, she's ugly, she's ugly. I was like, Paul, I can help you out, I got this. So I was doing it, and then he was like, Steph, try it. So I remember, like, anytime I would go on a Tinder date, he would know. So he's the one that kind of put me on. So actually, I'm gonna thank Paul at our wedding. Like, at the toast, this is all Paul. Paul, you did this. At least from my side.
I'm not gonna say my friend's name because I don't know if she would feel comfortable.
No, Paul's cool.
But you know who you are.
You could follow Paul at Shot of Paulo on his Instagram, by the way. He takes great photos.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's how we pretty much met. After like a month, we started dating and been together ever since.
It's gonna be 2 years in October.
2 years, which is so freaking crazy.
I know,
how
man.
fucking time goes by. Like, it's insane. We make a year in October. So it's literally
October 25th.
literally around the corner. We've been living together for a year. Because
actually, yeah, last July.
We moved in together last July.
Around this time.
Yeah.
Holy nice.
Yeah. So we've been together for almost 2 years, living together for a year, and it's been great. I mean, we
actually asked a couple people on our Snapchat. We kind of, asked people if they had any questions that they wanted for us, and kind of maybe wanted to know just while we're at it, just a couple, and then we'll see. We'll only do like 2 or 3. When you guys first met, who made the first move?
Duh, me.
Do you really want to? Yeah, that was the first move.
It was me.
Yeah, but then after after the first kiss.
But I made the first move. Because.
But I slid in the DM first.
So, but I made the first move.
But is that like first move like kiss, or first move like sliding into the DM? Because that's technically point for Lei, point for Steph. So that's 1 for 1.
Okay, I guess whatever.
But when we left the car, we only kissed once we got back into the public. So who kissed who once we got back?
I don't remember.
We're at 1 for 1 right now. Let me see. Who is the most adventurous?
Steph.
And when is your next trip?
So Steph is definitely the most adventurous one. We are like total opposites. I am a homebody.
She loves to be home.
Yeah, I'm very like, I'd rather be home watching TV. I'm a couch potato. I love it. Watching movies.
Babe, I love potatoes.
I love potatoes too. Literally. But anyways, I am a couch potato. I just love being home. Like, I enjoy staying in. And she's the total opposite. Like, if we're home too much, it's like she has ants in her pants. Like, she can't stay still and she gets upset. It ruins my mood. I just want to be like, what the fuck? Let me be. And she's like, no. She has this face, so it totally ruins like my vibe. So, but yeah, she is more adventurous. She is the first one to
jump off a cliff.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what are you doing? So like when we went to Costa Rica, like I went ziplining because I was just like, this is like once in a lifetime, so I have to do it. But she is like ready to just go, and I'm just like trying to like catch myself because I know I'm gonna leave my soul somewhere. So, but she's definitely the more adventurous one. She's the one that is going to try new things and all this stuff, and I'm not.
Who said I love you first?
I still remember that night.
She told me I love you, and I literally just stared at her
Freaked
like
out.
Like my head was like, is this really happening? Are you gonna say it? Speak. And I was just like, I love you in my head, and I was just like,
the thing was that like we were together for like a month, like just talking in general. Like we started dating fast, so we met in September. We first met like in person
October, beginning of October,
like 18, 19, and we're already dating by the 25th. So
damn.
Yeah. So everything was super quick, and I think we were already dating or going out, and I said I love you like within a month. Like, it was just so crazy. It was such a crazy experience. And like, I've loved my exes, but it's like so different. Like when you're in a good relationship and like everything's good, it's so different that it was just like it's like I don't know how to explain it because it's just like indescribable. But I did say it. We were in her dorm and we were laying down ready to go to sleep, and like my heart was pounding, and I was
because we were just looking at each other.
We were just like in the dark, and we were just laying down.
No, the light was on.
No, it wasn't.
Oh,
I remember it was dark, and we were like ready to go to sleep or something. And in the dorm rooms, the beds are like twin size beds, so we were like literally all up on each other, and I was just like, my heart was beating so fast, and I was just like, I think I love you. And she was just like, and I was like, you don't have to say anything. I'm not saying it for you to say it back. And I wouldn't even want you to say it back. I just wanted like you to know that I love you. And it was just like silence. And then she ended up saying it back. And
I was just, because like, in my head I was trying to process it because I've been wanting to say it too. But I didn't know because I was like, is this crazy that it's only been like a month and I'm already feeling this? And I was like, I must be crazy. And then she said it and I was just like, holy cow. oh my god, like she just said it, like oh my god. And I was like, Stephanie, speak, but I was like,
yeah.
And then she said all that, and I was like, no, I love you. So
yeah, it was crazy,
but I think we should end it at that one. That was a good question.
That was a good question. So that's how we pretty much met. And
the lesson of today is
get on Tinder
or
have fun.
Feel free to experiment. Have fun. Doesn't have to be Tinder, or just have fun. Feel free to experiment. Get out there. Don't be scared to try new things, meet new people. Everything happens for a reason.
Thank you for watching and listening to our story of how we met. I think we pretty much covered
everything.
How we met. Not every single aspect, because we'll be here forever. And yeah, so thank you for watching our video,
Thanks
guys.
for watching, guys.
Bye.